Hello, boils and ghouls. Welcome to Fright Night. So the paranormal has always been something that has fascinated mankind. Many people believe that there is more to this world and that there may exist another layer of reality that we are not privy to simply because we are alive. Our world is filled with countless places that have been documented to have regular supernatural happenings, and while some brush it off as ghost stories, others chalk it up to a demonic presence. Regardless of what side you're on, there's no denying the creepiness of these places. So here they are, the 10 most haunted places on Earth. Number 1 is the Eastern State Penitentiary. Located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in the United States, this former prison housed some of the most deranged criminals in the country. Built in 1829, it was the first prison of its kind to introduce solitary confinement, causing many of those confined to go insane due to the fact that they were forced to eat, live, and exercise completely alone. Because this prison was overly harsh, it was abandoned in 1971. Since then, paranormal activity has reportedly increased, with reports of shadowy figures roaming the halls, ghostly faces being witnessed in cell block 4, and even evil cackling being heard at night. The city of brotherly love is also, apparently, the city of creepy haunted prisons. Who knew? Number 2 is the Waverly Hills Sanatorium. Located in Kentucky in the United States, this building served as a tuberculosis hospital in the mid-20th century, at a time when the disease was at its worst. It's believed that as many as 63,000 patients died within its walls, many of which were mistreated and had experimental procedures conducted on them. The building has been featured on shows such as Ghost Adventurers and Ghost Hunters. The findings of the shows, as well as those who visit the property, all say the same thing: appearances of full-bodied apparitions, screams coming from empty rooms, and a continuing reappearance by a small boy known only as Tim. Tim alone is a good enough reason for me to stay the hell away from this place. I mean, I hate kids in horror movies, so forget about real life. Damn. Number 3 is the Monte Cristo Homestead. Located in Junee, New South Wales, Australia, this building is regarded as the most haunted location in the country. Since it was built in 1885, several tragic events have occurred there, including the death of a young child who was dropped down the stairs, a maid who fell to her death from the balcony, and a young boy who burned to death on the property. There were also murders that occurred there, as well as a particularly disturbing story about a mentally ill man named Harold that was the son of a caretaker that was chained up in the building for 40 years, where he eventually died. Tickets for the ghost tour are $12 for adults and only $6 for children. Right, because that's a great place to take your kids. See that over there, Johnny? That's where a boy about your age burned alive. Number 4 is the Castle of Good Hope. Located in Cape Town, South Africa, this building was erected in the 17th century and is the country's oldest colonial building. Once an establishment for soldiers, it has since become a paranormal playground. Apparitions of men jumping to their deaths from the side of the castle is a regular occurrence, as are sightings of the Lady in Grey, who has been seen running through the castle holding her face, crying hysterically. There was even once a soldier who was found hanging from the bell rope of the tower, overlooking the castle entrance, and every once in a while the bell will be heard ringing itself. Wow, that's creepy. Excuse me while I never go to the Castle of Hope. Number 5 is the Ancient Ram Inn. Located in Gloucestershire, England, this inn is believed to be the most haunted house in the entire British Isles, while others believe it to be the most haunted house in the world. Built in 1145 on a pagan burial ground, child sacrifices, devil worship, and other demonic events have all occurred here. Those who have stayed there have been known to flee in the middle of the night after seeing full-bodied apparitions in their rooms, while others report being touched or even pulled by these same forces. If that wasn't disturbing enough, the current owner found 2 child skeletons as well as broken daggers underneath the staircase. A night here will cost you anywhere between 25 and 30 pounds. Sweet dreams! Number 6 is Fort George. Located at the summit of Citadel Hill in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, this star-shaped fort is known as Canada's most haunted historic site. Originally constructed in 1749, this property has been the site of several wars. Ghosts of soldiers are regularly seen walking the grounds, as well as various men in red cloaks, and a little girl who is said to occasionally follow groups taking the ghost tour. Unexplained bangs, knocks, mist, as well as disembodied voices are all commonplace here. The worst reports are of people becoming suddenly nauseous or being pushed by an unseen force. Doesn't a ghost tour here sound like fun? Bring the whole family! You might lose a member or two, but hey, bring them anyways. Number 7 is Chateau de Brissac. Located in Maine-et-Loire, France, it's the tallest castle in the country. Originally built in 1502 by Charles II, Duke of Brissac, both inside and out exude old world charm, however something more sinister lurks within its walls. A double murder that occurred in the 15th century has resulted in the emergence of the Green Lady, who roams the halls frightening guests with her nightly moans. The terrifying thing about the woman in the green dress is her face, which is said to have gaping holes where her eyes and nose should be, resembling a walking corpse. Kinda like this. There's a nightmare for you. Number 8 is the Haunted Viscera. Located in the small village of Borgvanet in northern Sweden, this building is the most haunted house in all of the country. Built in 1876, paranormal encounters have been happening here for over 100 years. Sudden appearances of spirits are commonplace here. On one such occasion, a woman staying in a guest room was suddenly awoken by what she perceived to be a ghost of a 3-year-old sitting on her bed staring at her. In another instance, in 1945, a man was suddenly thrown out of his chair by an invisible force. The building is currently a restaurant as well as a guest house, and if you are able to stay the whole night, you get a certificate to prove it. Wow, that's quite the selling feature. Hey, stay at our place, and if you're able to survive the night, you get a certificate. Book now! Number 9 is Poveglia Island. Located in Venice, Italy, is the small island of Poveglia. This island was inhabited since the year 421 until it was abandoned in the 14th century. This island eventually became a quarantine colony when the bubonic plague struck Europe, where many Venetians were sent to die, with their dead, infected bodies being burned on giant pyres. It was then used as a mental asylum in the 1800s, where ill treatment and unethical procedures occurred on the patients kept there. Today, the entire island remains abandoned as locals will not step foot on it for fear of being cursed or possessed by the ghosts of the patients that still roam it. Even fishermen refuse to fish in the area for fear of dragging up human remains. So if you visit Italy, just stick to espresso and pasta. Definitely don't visit this island.
Or you could be possessed.
And ain't nobody got time for that. And number 10, the Myrtles Plantation. Located in St. Francisville, Louisiana in the United States, this house is said to be haunted by several restless ghosts. Believed by many to be one of the most haunted homes in the world, several horrific events have occurred here. Slaves were hung from the property's trees, 2 children were killed on the premises, and one of the building's owners was shot and killed on the porch, the ghosts of which are seen floating around the property still to this day. Believe it or not, it has since become a bed and breakfast where occupants routinely report scary and bizarre events. Many people have reported being held down and poked all night by a supernatural force, which really sucks if you're the ghost because that sounds like a terrible way to spend the afterlife. Ooh, yep, I'm poking you. Scary stuff. This is how I have to spend eternity. And that's it for this time, guys. If you'd like to learn more about this topic, I'll put a link in the description to a Wikipedia article of reportedly haunted places all over the world. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please share it on Facebook and Twitter and give that like button a click, and I will see you all back here Saturday with a brand new video. Peace. When there's something strange in the neighborhood, who you gonna call? Thanks for watching my new video. If you'd like to see future videos from me, remember to click the big red subscribe button below to subscribe to my channel. I release a new video every Saturday. And if you'd like to add me to Facebook and Twitter or Vine or Snapchat, the links to all of those will be in the description, along with the link to check out my second channel. And I will see you all back here on Saturday with a brand new video. Have a great week. Bye.